What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are going to take a look at the charts. We're going to take a look at the bigger picture. I know everybody's still very bullish. I get it, but I'm here to show you the bearish case scenario. You should probably watch the video all the way through because I actually have analysis to back it up. I'm not just screaming for down or screaming for the moon. Try to stay laid back and let you guys know what I'm seeing in the markets. Ultimately, it's your decision to do what you do. I'm showing you my opinion. So anyways, if you guys like these kind of videos, make sure you take a second out, smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure your notification bells are ticked. Let's take a look at what's going on. So this is the macro chart. This is a 4-day chart. And I made it a 4-day chart so I could fit it all in here. We have fib channels drawn in here from these two peaks. And everybody was expecting it to touch this peak again up here, which would have been, what, 200, 300,000, whatever. Everybody also talks about the 4-year cycle. So if that's the case, this 4-year cycle is done. I also have a bigger picture looking at this as one big bull run. Now we go in one big bear market as a possibility. Anyways, we'll start out with the bigger time frames. We'll take a look at the areas we need to watch. Then we'll go into the smaller time frames and kind of take a look at what we need to be watching there. I do have a Elliott wave count that I'm watching that seems to be playing out nicely, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing. And at the end, we'll take a quick look at the Dow Jones, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, gold, silver, and the DXY, just really quick. All right, let's do it. So if we look here on the fibs, our major support here on the fib channel is this one right here. Let's zoom in and look at where that is. That is at about the around the $35,000 level. We have other levels around 34, and we'll take a look at that. But if we do break that, guys, our next fib level is going to be down to the lower to mid $20,000 section. That is what I've been talking about for a long time. I still believe there is a great possibility that we at least get down to there. That is my spot where it could turn around and get bullish, even though I think it's going to go much lower. But if it's going to turn around, I think it's going to be in the lower to mid 20s, and I'll show you why. Let's take a look at the big macro picture. I have this in the blue. You can see the big Elliott wave count as a 1, a 2, 3, 4, and 5. In each one of these, there is another 5 subwaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the white, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do believe this is possibly done. Now, a lot of people are saying that this could be 4. Very possible. If this is 4, then like I said, the mid to lower 20s would be the bounce for wave 5. That is the bullish case scenario, but I'm still looking for lower to mid 20s before that happens. We'll take a look at the daily and show you why. Well, first, the Amazon comparison chart, guys, this is playing out almost identical. You can't deny that this pattern is playing out beautifully. I did make a video on this on December 2nd. You can go to my YouTube channel, check it out. It was from December 2nd. It was titled Amazon versus Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at the weekly. So this was the channel we've been looking at. And as you can see, the bottom of this channel for the weekly this week is about 34,000, right in that area. So a break of that, the next line of support is going to be this 200 EMA, and that doesn't mean it shoots straight down there. This could take months. We'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll be tracking it on the channel. That's why you need to make sure you're subscribed. I did get my studio started at home, like I said I was gonna. I will probably start doing lives in the evening someday this week. So there's another reason to keep your notifications on. But we've been watching this on the RSI here on the weekly. We got rejected big time right here at our rejection area. You can see the red box right here around 43,000, 43,100. That's aligning with the 55 EMA. Now, a lot of people are saying this is just like last summer. This is nothing like last summer. Last summer, if you look at the 55 EMA, we closed a candle right here and opened a candle, 2 different candles before it came back up. We never opened and closed below the 55 EMA. Now we have 9 open and closed candles under the 55 EMA. That is not bullish at all. As you guys know, my EMA strategy, you can check that out on my YouTube channel. Also, I have some free tutorial sections. It's in there. We will be in the next few weeks, if we drop down or even stay at this level, in the next few weeks, we will make a weekly sell signal with the EMA strategy. All right, let's take a look at the daily. So the daily, you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, you know why I stayed bearish here this whole run up, because this was a 5-wave count, a perfect 5-wave countdown. Look, we were looking for an ABC correction, which we got. Now, a lot of people say if this is the bear market, it started here. I don't believe that at all. I believe that top call at 64K that I made last year, right about March, sometime in March, I made a video calling 64 the top. I still believe that was the top, because I did say we would be getting a bull trap. Everybody would get bullish, start calling for 100,000 again. That's exactly what happened. I do believe this was nothing more than a bull trap to get everybody hyped and back in so they could dump more. They dumped a bunch on them here, and they dumped a bunch more on them here. And I believe they're going to be dumping a bunch more on them over here. Now, let's take a look at this possible triangle here and where we would look for a break. Now, you can see this yellow dotted line up here. That is a cloned line of the bottom line. That's the highest I could see it going, around the 47 to 48,000. If it breaks above there, then I start to look a little bullish. But as of right now, I see no reason to be bullish. We are below all the EMAs on the daily here, getting rejected nicely. And a break of this 35.3, 35,000, depending on how quick it was to get down here. A break of that also gives us a measured move of this triangle right here, down to that lower $20,000 to mid $20,000 range. You can also put this triangle in on your RSI and watch that. A close below, bearish. A close above, bullish. This also, we had this measured move here. If you look at the blue line, that's the measured move of this rising broadening wedge that we were talking about before it even broke. And when it broke, our target is 23. People expect it to go straight down. That's not how markets work, guys. People take profits. People have to lure new people in so they can pump the price up just a little bit to take their money. One more thing I want to talk about real quick. I've talked about this plenty of times, how a bear market works. Every time we have a big drop, everybody wishes they would have sold here, right? Let me show you. So we got this top here. Once this dropped all the way down here, everybody was super bearish, panicking. Then you got a little pump back up. Then everybody was bullish again. They didn't sell. And then it came down even further. And then everybody wished they would have sold up here. But now they're down here. And then it starts pumping again. And they get bullish again. And then boom, another drop. And they just keep wishing they would have sold the last high all the way down. That is how a bear market works. And what happens in a bear market. I've explained this plenty of times. Nobody seems to like that analysis, but it's a fact. Now, let's look at PrimeXBT, by far the best exchange. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely charge it. It doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is use an email to sign up. Go to the contest section. You get to trade with fake money in there. And if you win the contest, you can win real tradable money. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That will get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off of your fees. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. They also have copy trading on here. And the beautiful thing about it is you can trade. They have added a bunch of new altcoins. But you can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, tons of stuff on this exchange. You can even trade pre-markets. Which most exchanges you have to pay to do that. And if you go to my webpage, there is a PrimeXBT tutorial right here that shows you where to put those promo codes in, shows you how to adjust your leverage, things like that. There's also some other free tutorials here. Definitely check them out. And let's take a look at the 4 hour. So this is my count for the 4 hour, looking for the third wave down. Now it's taken a while. If this is 2 wave, we can always spread these back out. I will show you how I got the targets. Let me take these fibs off. So if you take a fib from the top of wave 2, right here, this is to count the smaller waves within, right? So let's do it this way. Take the top of wave 2 to the bottom of wave 2. Or I'm sorry, top of wave, this is wave 2, but the blue wave 1 to the top of wave 2. And that'll give you the target. So that gets my target down here around the 29.3 range for wave 3. that would be, yeah, this one big wave 3 right here, which is the blue. And then you have smaller waves within that. A lot of people don't understand that. So in this third wave, you'll also have 5 waves here. If this plays out this way. Right now, the major area is around 39,000. If we open and close a couple 4 hours above there, then we could have to readjust this, and this could be a wave 1 down here. This being not wave 2 yet, this being a B, and then we get a C all the way up back up to that 43,000, which is a possibility. But either way, this macro count, I believe, is 100% correct so far. A break of the wave 1, which is around the 45.8 range, that would invalidate this. But as of right now, this still looks pretty I would actually say this will be invalidated at about 45.4, the break of this wave 2 here. But as of right now, still seems to be playing out beautifully. These things take time. We can spread this out a little bit longer. And this is the macro, 1, 2, 3, all the way down here, then a 4 bounce, and then a 5. 5 getting us down to that lower to mid 20,000 section. I'm going to spread these out a little bit. It is taking a little bit longer than expected. Time is the hardest thing to judge in markets. For those of you that are new, you'll find that out. But all in all, it is Elliott wave works pretty well, along with if you start using wick off and other things and kind of mix it all together. Pick an indicator that works for you. I like the RSI. A lot of people like the MACD. MACD is lagging. RSI is an actual real-time indicator. The body of the candle is what the RSI follows, not the wick. So you got to wait for the closes on that. I've talked about that in many videos also, but this is still what I'm looking for here. Still looks likely to play out in my opinion. Again, unless we start breaking these. If we break that 40,000 range, 40,500, we could come back up to this being an A, B, and a C, coming back up to that 43,000 range again before coming down. But that would still just mean this was a bigger wave 2 over here. I hope that makes sense to you. Let's take a look at the LuxElgo indicator. So right now, here is the major support on here on the daily. It's around the 37,000. So a daily candle open and close below 37,000 on the daily is super bearish. 45.2, that's that range again. All this matches up in that range. So 45 or whatever, if we were to get back up here. I know a lot of people think we're just going to range in this area, which is possible. But if we did, to get a measured move off of that, and by the way, I do have a link down below for the LuxElgo indicator with a 20% off discount using Savvy as your promo code. But if it was to break up and out of that range, that would get us up to about that 53,000 that a lot of the bulls are talking about. A breakdown from that range, the measured move off of that would be around the 29,000 range. So I still believe we're bearish here, although like I said, markets don't move straight up and down. We'll have bounces. People will get bullish on every little bounce. You guys would check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. That link is also down below. A lot of cool stuff on here. She has a crypto section. You can put anything you want on any of this stuff. It's quality stuff too, guys. All right, so the Dow Jones has been bearish since we broke from here. Once we opened and closed a daily above here, that's when I said that was a confirmation that this was bearish. My target is around 30,700 points. We also had this target up here to retest. We hit it perfectly. Now let's put it up here. So if we get a Dow open, a Dow open and close in one candle above 34.2, 34.3 area, we'll keep it updated on it. But we get an open and close of a daily, then that will invalidate this, and then we possibly could have one more leg up for everything. We'll see what happens at that point. Maybe that'll be the time that Bitcoin hits the lower to mid 20s and the Dow breaks this, and then we can get bullish. But until then, remain bearish. I remain bearish. You do whatever you want. Ethereum. So Ethereum again is at our resistance. We've had this chart. This chart is back from November also. We had the rising wedge drawn in here, the break of the wedge, come down. Target of that is around 1850. I think we go much lower than that if we're in the longer term bear market, like I do suspect. And if we was to play out like Amazon, that Bitcoin would bottom sometime in between the middle or end of 2023. So that is the time frame I'm looking for a bottom of the markets. That doesn't mean it shoots straight back up, guys. We could have years of just sideways dead action if it is one big macro bull market that we have seen. So anyways, looking back at this, we are at resistance. We are below all the EMAs. Not looking good for Ethereum. Litecoin, same thing. You guys know my targets. If we're in that bear market, like I believe is down in the 24 to 25,000 range. Stretch this out a little bit. But I think that'll be way back over here. If that breaks, bad news for Litecoin. And remember, guys, when the .com bubble happened, it washed out all the scams. I think we need to wash out all the scams in crypto, which is probably 99.99% of them. All right, XRP, still not looking good. Let's zoom in here. We are above, we're sitting on the 55 EMA. So closed below here today around the 75.5 cents. Closed below there today. We remain bearish. As you guys know, I'm looking for at least the 20 cent or 26 cent range. If it breaks below that, it could get very ugly in a longer bear market. That doesn't mean you're going to see 26 cents in a week or even a month. It may take a long time, all the way to 2023. We'll see what happens. But all in all, if those of you that know I came from the penny stocks, this looks like a dying penny stock is exactly what it looks like. I mean, go look at any penny stock and they all, when they have a run up like this, then they have another one, don't get as high. Then they'll come down, have another one, don't get as high. Just a dying penny stock. That's what it looks like to me. All right, gold. So gold almost hit our target up here. Right now, if gold breaks down past 1926, then I believe it gets bearish again. Open and close below 1926. But 1926 could be huge support here. You do see we're getting some bullish divergence here, actually hidden bullish divergence, lower lows on the RSI, higher lows on the price action. Does look like we're going to get another bounce for gold. Let's see, silver got a bounce right on our support resistance level that we've had forever on here, 2484. Looks like we could get our bounce. We are making a hidden bearish divergence here also, could get our bounce up to that 27 area. DXY looks bullish, guys. You know my big picture. DXY, I've been bullish since down here. Everyone called me crazy. We see how it's playing out. These were my targets. We did break them, but we do have higher targets, as you guys know. Let me put this in the daily. Here is the area I am looking for the daily macro. And this could be months and months away, guys. But if we go into the weekly, this shows where I think will be a signal that the bear market is over. And that's when it gets up to this range around the 108. As you can see, this was the 80s bubble. This was 2008 bubble. And this will be the end of this bubble. Well, these were the end of the bear markets. Let me put it that way. These were the end of the bear markets. So once it touches up here, I think we'll end the bear market. That's my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash the likes. You can give me a follow on Twitter. The links are all below. And all the links down below, guys, are things I trust. I don't put every exchange on there and all that stuff like a lot of the people. These are actually things I use and trust. So check them out. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great day.